After 17 years of trading the market, these are the secrets / rules that I follow every single week. And if you want a long-lasting trading career, trust me, you need to watch this full video. So the first rule we're going to talk about is try more than once on good trades. So what do I mean? Well, if you take a trade and that trade is a loser and you get stopped out, well, you should try again, because a very good trade usually requires multiple tries before it works out, because the market is not pretty, okay? The market is not a perfect machine. It's going to look ugly. I'm quite sure you see, these perfect patterns online, like a head and shoulders or a flag pattern, and they look perfect. But once you trade, you're going to start to see that these patterns are very ugly. They don't look the same every single time. So you going in the market, understanding that, you have to understand if you take a trade, the first try might not work out. I get so many, traders that come to me and say, hey, Ben, look at my chart. Why didn't this trade work out? And I look at the trade, I'm looking at it, I'm like, you know what? That's a good trade, but you gave up. You only tried once. And I usually point out the re-entry, like, listen, it gave you another opportunity to get in. So a good trade usually requires more than one try, okay? Sometimes you gotta try once. Sometimes you gotta try 2 times or 3 times just to get it right. Rule number 2, protect your confidence at all costs. Confidence is a real big thing when it comes to trading, guys. Actually, it doesn't matter what you do. Confidence is right there, okay, at the top, because if you don't have enough confidence, you're not going to continue. It's just what it is, okay? You're always going to doubt yourself. I remember looking at a trader not too long ago. He was basically saying that he was doing good all year, and later in the year, he almost lost, half of his profits, okay? And he started to lose his confidence. He said that, he was starting to question himself. Is trading really for me? And going through these dark thoughts, right? And we all go through that, guys. We all go through that. So this is why it's very important to protect your confidence at all costs. One thing you can do, right, to help you protect your confidence is take the right trades. Plain and simple. When you take the wrong trade and you lose on that trade, what happens? You get so angry, like you get so mad. Like you go crazy, like what is wrong with me? Like why I took that trade for? I don't get it. And your confidence gets lower and lower and lower because you are doing the wrong things. Another thing that can help you protect your confidence is just reminding yourself, okay, that your strategy works. So if you going through a drawdown, you can say, listen, man, it's only temporary. The stats is telling you, listen, you are going to have losing months, here and there. But for the most part, if you trade your strategy, you could be a profitable trader. Because think about it. A trader could literally have 11 months of profits, right? And then have one bad month. And that one bad month could literally destroy their confidence. And they start to doubt themselves like, man, was this luck? Can I continue to trade like this? And they think that next month is going to be a losing month too. And it's amazing how they just had 11 profitable months, but 1 month can literally destroy their confidence that much. That's how powerful losing is. So this is why you have to keep on reminding yourself, listen, even if I had a bad month, okay, that's only 1 month. I still have other months to go. I have my stats. My stats remind me that I am a profitable trader. And if I keep going, I will be profitable. So always lean on your stats because it definitely will help you during the tough times. The third rule is back test more. Most of you guys, I know for a fact, are not back testing a lot. You probably think you are back testing enough, but you're not, okay? Back testing is like practicing. It's like a basketball player going to the gym every single week, every single day, going to the gym, shooting free throws, shooting 3-pointers, practicing layups, whatever the case is. Back testing is like practicing. You could back test hitting the live replay, or you can just back test looking at the still charts, okay? Whatever the case is, you are practicing. And whenever you practice, that will help you gain confidence. Remember, we talked about confidence. Confidence is a big thing. So back testing will definitely help you gain confidence because it will help you with your mental muscle memory, okay? So when you look at a chart, you're like, oh, I know what's going on, okay? Imagine how much confidence you will have saying, oh yeah, okay, I see what's going on. So that's what back testing will do for you. It will help you understand what's going on in real time when you are trading the markets. Now, the fourth rule is trade with a purpose every single week. Listen, if you're not profitable, you have to learn how to trade with a purpose. So a good example is, let's say that you love to revenge trade. Well, your purpose this week is not to trade to make money. Your purpose is to trade to not revenge trade, okay? That is it. That is your purpose. This week, I'm not going to revenge trade. That's my purpose. I'm not going to revenge trade, okay? When you do things like that, what's going to happen is you are going to detach yourself from the money. You're not thinking about the money. You're saying, listen, I don't care if I make any money at all for the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks, okay? Usually that's how long it takes you to break a habit, right? 2 to 3 weeks. I'm going to only focus on not revenge trading. And guess what? During those weeks, you still might make money, but that's not the goal. The goal is to trade with a purpose. I'm not going to revenge trade. Monday, I'm not going to revenge trade. Tuesday, I'm not going to revenge trade. Do that on and on and on. And guess what? By doing that, you're going to detach yourself from the money, because detaching yourself from the money is a good skill to have, because most people fail at this trading game because they care too much about the money. So try that out. You'll be surprised how much that will help you. Number 5, become a highly skilled risk manager, okay? You want to be a risk manager when you are trading the markets, because that is what you can control, okay? There are not a lot of things you can control when it comes to trading. One thing I know for a fact you can control is risk, okay? So becoming a good risk manager will help you stay in this game for a long time, because becoming a good risk manager will help you stay in this game for a long time, okay? So one way you can manage risk is make sure you have a daily loss limit. Make sure you don't lose a certain amount per day. That is it, okay? So if it's only $300, you don't want to lose more than $300, shut it off. Become a good risk manager. Know how much you want to risk per trade, okay? Before you put on the risk. That is a good risk manager. You shouldn't be guessing when you are taking a trade. You should know, okay, beforehand, I only want to risk $100 on this trade, okay? Another thing about becoming a good risk manager is learning how to let your winners ride, okay? That's part of managing risk, okay? Let your winners ride when it counts, so you can have those big winners, so when you do have losers, it won't eat into your profits. All right, so number 6, market structure is king, okay? You will have these people out here will tell you, if you're not doing this, if you're not using this type of setup, or if you're not using this or that, if you're not using volume, or if you're not using whatever the case is, they will come up with a whole bunch of different names, right? If you're not doing a certain type of whatever, you're not a professional trader, right? And from my 17 years of trading, what I realized, what really matters the most is structure, okay? Because it doesn't matter if you can read the orders that come in the market. If you don't understand structure or the context, you will always lose. That is first. If you don't believe me, ask the traders that, claim if you're not trading a certain way, you're not a professional trader. Ask them, okay, so does context matter? And they will tell you. They will always tell you, yes, it does. So context is always first. Everything is last. So become a very good student when it comes to market structure, understanding the structure of the market, understanding the direction of the market. What is the market telling you right now? And go with that. Number 7, don't let a losing day or week paralyze you. What do I mean? Well, if you have a losing day, don't let it affect you to the point where you are scared to take trades the next day. And that happens to a lot of traders. They worry too much about what happened yesterday, and it will affect them the next day. It will paralyze them. So when they supposed to take a trade, they freeze up. Oh my gosh, I don't want to take the trade because I might lose. No, you have to recover quickly. You have to know how to recover real fast, because that's the difference between professionals and rookies or unprofitable traders. Professional traders really know how to throw the losers out mentally and leave that in the past, so they can actually be prepared for the next day. Unprofitable traders, they hold on to their losers mentally, and it will seep into the next day. So they will be paralyzed, and it will affect them during the whole trading day. So do not let that happen to you. Number 8, know thyself. You have to know yourself, guys. You have to know yourself. The reason why you have to know yourself is because if you don't know yourself, okay, it's going to be very hard to control your emotions. How or why or what is the thing that's making you tick? What is the thing that's making you revenge trade? What is the thing that's making you catch FOMO? What is that thing? You can't just say I'm catching FOMO. No. What is the thing that's making you catch FOMO? Why are you revenge traded? Is it because you missed a trade and you're so mad that you missed that trade? You're like, oh man, I gotta make this money back, or I gotta make up for that missing trade. Find your reason. Know thyself. Know that, okay, when I stay up late and I come to my desk, I usually don't perform that good. Know yourself. If you know that, guess what? You shouldn't trade the next day. Or if you do trade, maybe you only trade, half your size. Knowing these things will help you have that long-lasting trading career. Number 9, keep it simple. Every time I try to complicate my system, I always find myself going right back to the simple system. It's just what it is. It's always going back. I'm always going back to something simple. Now you have to understand, most people can't perform at a high level when things are complicated. You have to understand, only a small amount of people can actually perform at a high level when things are very complicated. But most people in general, they need things to be simple as possible to perform at a high level. And I'm one of them. I need it to be simple. So you need things to be simple as possible. So keep that in mind. Number 10, don't be the first buyer or seller. Now, this doesn't have to be always, but majority of the time, for me, most of the time, I'm usually not the first buyer or seller. Sometimes I am, but I like to see confirmation. So just because a market is at a level and it sells off a little bit, doesn't mean I want to get in. Maybe I want to see a lot of selling, AKA supply, or a lot of buying, AKA demand, and it pulls back to demand. Or maybe I want to see a triple top, or maybe a triple bottom or double bottom, okay? Those things get me excited because it's more confirmation. It's holding a level more. People that are participating in the market are showing that they are interested in that level. So those are the things, or that's the reason why it gives me more confidence. So it's okay to be late. You don't always have to be early to the party, okay? Yes, it's cool to catch the exact top or the exact bottom. Yeah, you could brag about it, but how often can you do that, okay? That's what you should think. How often can you do that? Probably not that often. So to me, let the market show you its hand first and then react to that. And number 11, trade what works for you, period. People will laugh at you if you're trading a certain style. They will say, oh, that can never work, or whatever the case is. I'm here to tell you, from a person that's been trading the markets for 17 years, trade what works for you. Do not worry about what other people think. They can laugh all they want. If it's making you money, you continue to do it. Okay, don't change your strategy just because you don't think it's a professional strategy. Keep it as simple as possible. Like we said before, keep it as simple as possible. Doesn't matter if you're using trend lines, doesn't matter if you're using support and resistance. It doesn't matter what you are using. If it works for you, you continue to use it. Make those profits. And that's all that matters. Okay, so that's all I have for you. So if you want to last long, you follow these rules. Thanks a lot for watching this video. If you have any questions, comment below, because I always try to answer you guys' questions. Check out what I have below in the description. I have a discount going on. It's the lowest price it's going to be all year. So check that out. Thanks a lot for your time. And please have a great day.